What's going on, everybody? It's your favorite truck driver in the whole wide world. I am. It's Bitcoin Ben. Hang on a second. There we go. There's Patrick.
Old camera.
There we go. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Patrick.
Good morning.
How are you, brother?
Fine. How about you?
We're great. It's Monday, and we are in the process of moving to Florida, as you are aware. You never realize how out of shape you are until you try to move. Then it becomes apparently clear that you haven't lifted anything heavier than a cheeseburger in months.
You're too kind. Months?
Yeah.
You're too kind.
Years. My arms are noodles right now. And this is our last day of moving. As soon as I wrap up the show and get, we have our bedroom left. We got to load up. And then we got like some boxes left over of like last minute loading things. And last night was the last night at our house. Now we're going to be living over at the condo for like a week. And then we head down to Florida and we do our walkthrough. And then a week later, we close. So yes, my throat is good. I have not talked at all this morning. So this is like morning raspiness. And plus, over the weekend, I was in Oklahoma at an event with, BITCOINBEN. Yeah. Shout out to my wife. Kelly has been rocking and rolling on this moving thing. She looked like she was going to get absorbed into the bed last night. Like she was just going to melt into it. You never realize how much you got until you move. I never want to move again, Patrick. Never.
Yeah, I've said the same thing. I said this last one is the last one. I'm going out feet first.
They're taking you out in a bag, huh?
Yeah. I'm not. No more.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, I've been told otherwise, but we'll see.
Hey, and the price of the Bitcoin jumped up over 24,000 again. And I had an interesting conversation with our neighbor last night. Him and his wife own about 100 acres of usable land in southern Missouri.
Where?
I don't remember the exact location. I know, I think it's around like Cape.
Okay. Any further south than that, usable becomes a very pliable term.
Yeah.
Because that's where the cutoff is between usable soil, fertile soil, and just dirt.
Yeah. Dirt.
Dirt. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, him and his wife actually bought it for 1,500 an acre a few years back.
Right.
They're selling it for $15,000 an acre. And they've had 4 cash offers in the last week. Cash.
Well, there's now a piece of legislation that's been put forth by Tom Cotton on the Senate side, and I can't remember who the rep is on the House side, to stop the sale of farmland and ranches to foreign entities, meaning the CCP and the PRC.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, having the conversation with him was very enlightening, because apparently the number one private owner of land in Missouri is actually Mr. Bill Gates. He owns like 46,000 acres all over Missouri. But the big spender until Greitens passed a law a few years ago was China. Now, China's using other people to acquire it.
Straw men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you believe they went from 1,500 to 15,000 in like 4 years?
Well, good. I mean, good for them that they were able to get that. Now they just have to make sure who's picking it up. You know.
Yeah. See, would you sell if you knew it was China?
No. And I'm not selling anyway.
No. That's right. You are also a landowner. And if someone walked up and said, Patrick, I'll give you 15 grand per acre, would you sell?
No.
No?
No.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
No. Can't get it back, not making new land.
That is.
Except in the metaverse. Except in the
metaverse. Yeah. Plus, yours, if I remember correctly, yours is pretty
oh yeah,
plantable plus huntable.
Yes, we have a renter on there, and every year we have crops.
Yeah, it's a win-win situation. I mean,
yeah.
And I don't know how long you all have owned that property, but you know, I'm suspecting that you did not pay $15,000 an acre.
No. I had 120 acres down in Reynolds County. This was probably about 15 years ago, and Reynolds County has there were 3 different products that were pulled from the land there. One of them was timber, the other is lead, and then the fourth is meth.
That's what's so sad.
Yeah. And I picked it up after a timberman went through and he clear cut anything that was over 18 inches in diameter and left the rest. And I picked it up for a song. I mean, I don't think I paid more than $200 an acre for that.
No shit.
Yeah. And then I turned and the guy who owns that land all around, his name is Di, at least his estate. Di. He's the largest landowner in the state of Missouri. He was picking.
Was.
Well, when he died, but no, his estate still has most land, conservation land in the state of Missouri. He was picking it up for pennies on the acre, starting back in the 30s and 40s, when nobody gave a rat's fanny about, about buying land, and he was buying it up, and a lot of it is next to conservation land, and his thought is that at some point, or his thought was, he has passed, but that he would donate that to the conservation department. So we'll see what ends up happening there. But anyway, my land was right nestled among a bunch of his land, and there was great hunting down there. The hogs came in.
Oh,
yeah. I was down there one afternoon brush hogging, and I heard the hogs coming. And I thought, well, that's it. I'm going to sell this. And I ended up selling it for 4 times what I paid for it.
Hey, that's not a bad flip.
Yeah. The funny thing is, Michelle would never go there. She referred to it as your land until I told her what I sold it for. And then it became our land.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Wait, how much did you make? Oh, yeah. That I loved that land.
Yeah.
Loved it. It was part of my heart. Now I'd like to make some of that money part of my wallet.
Yeah. So
yeah, and as me and the neighbor were talking, we each would, because he watches crypto and he watches land. Those are his major assets. And he also has gold and silver and stuff like that. But he's seeing what I'm seeing. Now, mind you, this guy, he has close friends who are high, the upper crust of Goldman Sachs, and he was a CEO of several major companies in the St. Louis area for several years each. So he actually dealt with a lot of major banks, and he played golf with Jamie Dimon and all the big wigs. So he has been getting information, and once in a blue moon, him and I'll actually talk. But last night he's like, oh no, I see the influx of the wealthy people buying Bitcoin. He goes, I see it. He said retail is dead. He said, but the big money people, or what they call the smart money, is friggin' buying Bitcoin like it's going at it always amazes me having conversations with people like him. They got money, they're loaded, and yet they won't tell any of their like ordinary friends or like average people friends, hey, you need to buy some Bitcoin, or hey, uh, I got I actually bought land here because I got a heads up a few years ago that China was going to start buying land. You know, they get these heads up, but they don't pass on the heads up to any of their normal friends. It's 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 the old saying. It's a big uh, uh, club. You just ain't in it, and what I'm trying to do and what you're trying to do is, and I hate this freaking term, but the stupid money, the poor people, retail, they're running away from Bitcoin like, oh, the media says it's bad, it's horrible. But yet the same media and the same rich people are buying it up like it's going out of style. And retail, like always, the poor are going to stay poor and the rich are just going to get richer. That's it.
Yep.
And it's because the poor people listen to the rich people and don't understand that they're telling you the opposite.
Head fake.
Yeah, they don't want you buying Bitcoin, so they badmouth it, and then they buy it, and then in 3 or 4 years, when they've all, earned all that money, and then they get called on it, and they're like, well, we were hedging our bets. Wait, I thought you said it was rat poison. I thought you said it was if anybody in your corporation bought Bitcoin, you'd fire them. But a week later, we find out you're buying Bitcoin over in Europe through a subsidiary of your company.
That sounds faintly reminiscent of Jamie Dimon and what took place in Amsterdam.
Yeah. Folks, listen to me. Jamie Dimon.
Scumbag.
This was a few years ago. He gets on mainstream television and says, anybody in my company that's buying any Bitcoin, I'm going to fire. A week later, we find out that a subsidiary of his company is buying up Bitcoin like they can't, like it's a cure for cancer.
Yeah, they were going through a trading desk in Amsterdam. Bought $143 million worth of Bitcoin.
Yeah, but
that's not a clerical error.
Yeah,
that's not a clerical error there.
And that should be criminal. But what can you do? They run the enforcers, so it's only criminal if the poor guy, does it. If the rich people do it, well, that's just the market, that's just the game. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. And you actually being from Chicago, you know all about, let's call it political, institutional criminals.
Oh, yeah.
Chicago invented the political criminal.
Well, in modern time, it's been their hallmark. I would say Rome was pretty good at it too, but yeah, the hallmark of political insiderness and manipulation has been the city of Chicago for a long time. But New York City's had theirs, Baltimore,
Yeah.
Philadelphia, but I think Chicago probably turned it into a science from what was an art form. There was the Daily Machine. His weaker-minded son ended up taking over the mantle at one point, and he ran it into the ground. So what you see, the vestiges of what was a political juggernaut is now ramshackle organization run by Larry Lightfoot, and
Larry Lightfoot.
He's doing everything he can to destroy it. His parents
is the ugliest woman.
His parents should get money back from the hospital.
Yeah. When I first saw her, I thought to myself, God, I don't like to judge a book by its cover, but damn. And that woman's receding hairline is
that's a
mine.
Yeah, that's a 5 head. That's not a 4 head. That's a 5 head. You could show films on it.
Yeah. No doubt. Wow. And she's such a hypocrite. And nobody, this is how I know that Chicago's elections, they can't be on the up and up.
No.
They can't. I mean, she'd lose just on the ugly factor. Ugh. But,
yeah.
C'est la vie.
Yeah. You got to go with the gifts that God gave you.
Well, he didn't give her any gifts.
Scariness.
Yeah, that woman climbed the ugly tree and then fell out and hit every branch on the way down. Oh man.
Well, and obviously that impact has caused some mental deficit because she's done some of the stupidest things that anybody could possibly do in that city, and one of them is alienate police. And it is a huge police force there, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
And it is a de facto political arm. And if you piss those people off, and they have quite a fan club, there's going to be hell to pay. There's going to be hell to pay, and it's coming.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And she's married.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What's her husband look like?
It's a wife.
What?
Oh yeah.
Wait, is she gay?
Oh, she has to be.
Wait. So
there's
he's the guy of the couple, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Oh, now it makes sense. I wondered. I was like, wait a second. She's married? What the hell? Now I get it. There wasn't a man that would touch her. So she had to go to, the remnants of the other ugly women. Got it.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's no way. There's no way. She is where boners go to die.
Oh, and
Yeah.
could if I ever tried using her for like masturbation material, I I think that my penis would just jump off my body and leave me because he would just give up on me and go, Ben, there's no way in hell that you and I are going to get along from here on out. It just wouldn't work. I'm sorry.
Well, first of all, at what point do you think that that's an option? Yeah.
Well, let's all be honest. We've all scraped the bottom of the barrel at closing time once or twice, right? But she's under the barrel. She's not even bottom of the barrel. Oh my God, that woman, how drunk? No, see, she'd have to rape me. Yeah, I couldn't get drunk enough. There ain't whiskey glasses big enough to make that look doable. I'm just saying.
I know.
All right, let's move on. I don't even know how we got here.
Thank you.
It
was Chicago politics, and then I started talking about him.
That's how we got
It's my fault. It's my fault.
So, Patrick, CALIX Solutions, I saw that we got a shipment of laptops in, so I guess we are resupplied. So let's actually run an ad real quick, and then
I have something to say about these laptops too.
Okay, good. Hang on one second. Word from the sponsor.
Are you buying and selling cryptos on the same laptop that you're using to browse the internet, read your email, and visit social media sites? If so, you're exposing your cryptos to theft. Whenever you're online, you're at risk of getting hacked and having your identity stolen. How would you feel if someone stole all of your cryptos? What would that do to your finances? Guard your cryptos with a safe and secure laptop from CALIX Solutions. Each laptop is set up just for you and your cryptos, and then we walk you through exactly how it works. Don't risk the security of your cryptos. Order a crypto laptop from CALIX Solutions now to secure your crypto future. Learn more at calixsolutions.io.
And we're back. All right. Patrick, give us an update on the laptops.
Okay. We have come across some instances where it's becoming apparent that not only do the processors have to be at least an i5, if not an i7, but also that the RAM needs to be expanded. Some of you have dataless wallets, which are for ADA from the Cardano Foundation, and they now require a 16 gig of RAM on the laptops in order to run that wallet effectively and properly. So we started going down that path, and anybody who asks for a dataless wallet to be included in their laptop, it's being suggested that you get that 16 gig drive. It's going to cost you a little bit more, but you're also getting 512 of solid state, 512 gigabytes of solid state drive, as opposed to the 256, which we had been giving. The laptops that we were providing, both Lenovo's and Dell's, had 8 gigabytes of RAM and 256 gigabytes of solid state drive with an i5 processor. Well, we're moving to, we have 12 gig of RAM, and then we have a 512 gigabyte of solid state drive and an i7 processor. Our prices are going to go up a bit, but you're going to be able to do more. And then at the higher end, we have the 16 gigabyte RAM and the 512 gigabyte of solid state drive with the i7 processor. So prices are going to go up a little bit, probably $100 on the lower end of the PC, and then about 100 or 250 on the larger capacity of RAM, because it's costing us that much. We're not marking that up. It's just passing the cost on. So,
and let me tell you what, folks, getting any amount of laptops right now is hard because of the chips and just all of the shit show that is the global economic situation. Laptops are not as easy to actually buy, especially in bulk. When you're buying in bulk, not as easy to get. But this, we have been having a conversation, mostly Patrick, with a young lady who is worried about some investments she had done. And it all comes back to this: not your keys, not your coins. Get a CALIX laptop and put your coins on the laptop. If you don't have your keys, you don't have your coins. And although Trezor and Ledger are good as an addition to your laptop, they do not replace the laptop. The laptop is at the core of your security. Ledger is only as good as the laptop you connect it to. Trezor, the same way.
And both of those need support, and try getting a hold of either of their support teams.
Yeah, oh yeah, good luck there. That phone's gonna ring and ring and ring and ring, and the email or whatever you send, good luck getting a response. The point is, get yourself a crypto-only laptop from CALIX Solutions. Patrick will be answering the phones right after the show's over. And folks, get ready, because as we go through this transition, they're gonna alter the way you can and cannot get cryptos.
the other thing about what we're doing in terms of increasing the size and the capacity on these things is in anticipation of what's going to come with micronodes and other projects.
Yes.
So, yeah, that's one of the main drivers for moving up. Apple MacBooks, we have also found we can get 16 gig, 512 solid state drive with 8 processors. And those are going to cost more. They take a little bit longer. We have to put orders in order to get them, but you can get those. They are available. So,
yep. Check out the website, www.calixsolutions.io. There's a link under the video, or whenever the show's over, give Patrick a call, 702-845-8276, and talk with Patrick on why you need a crypto laptop. Why isn't an old laptop that you've been receiving all your good little juicy emails from everyone and their brother? Why should I not use the regular laptop that I go on Amazon, or I go on Facebook or Twitter, or God forbid Telegram,
Right.
So
yeah, that and Reddit, stay away.
Yes. And do not click links on any of these platforms. Dude, just get the laptop, then you don't have to worry about it. And with the laptop, we send you a whole packet of do's and don'ts. Look at that picture. That's a handsome. Look at them shirts. I digress. Let's jump back on cryptos. Now, lately, we've heard that the Southern Republic of Africa or South Africa Republic, or whatever it's called, they're implementing, and they are buying up friggin' Bitcoins off of the exchanges, going through over the counters and working with groups that are buying it up slowly. 100 Bitcoin here, 100 Bitcoin here. Now, last week, the CEO of Binance, what's his name again?
CZ.
CEO of Binance met with the president of the African Republic. From what I've heard, CZ is basically signed a deal or handshake, whatever, that he will get them all of the Bitcoin they need. And the number that the Republic is looking to put into their reserves is over 50,000 Bitcoin this year. And how much do they have so far? None. So we are talking about a fresh purchase of 50,000 Bitcoin just for this one area. That doesn't include everything going on with El Salvador. That doesn't include Michael Saylor and his NIDIG group. Michael Saylor is launching. Now, this is word from my New York guy. Michael Saylor is launching a new company. He will announce it closer to the fourth quarter, strictly focused on the Bitcoin. And I don't know what the company is. I don't know what they do. I have no idea. But word is it launches end of year this year. Anybody worried about the price of the Bitcoin? Especially, when's our next halving? That's in like a year, isn't it? Like a year and a half or something? I think so. The closer we get to the halving, my friends, we're off to the races because now they have retail out of the way. Retail Bitcoin market is minimal now. This is a big boys game now. If you want to get in on the Bitcoin, do it now. Because the big boys they're taking over now. Hang on one second. Looks like there's a spin out of MicroStrategy spin. The rumor is he's launching a mining company that will work with governments to identify and build mining facilities near natural resources like a river or a volcano or something renewable. And anybody who thinks that cryptos are done, I had one guy who was like, this crypto winter's bad. Now, it's only crypto winter for retail. The rich people are sitting on the beach during a crypto summer. They're just not telling the retail people where the beach is at. Now, let's jump over and do a little politics. Patrick, what do you think about this wonderful legislation they passed that's going to fight inflation? How do we know? Because they renamed the Build Back Better bill into the inflation assistance legislation or whatever the hell it is.
I think it should be called the Inflation Enhancement Deal.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because IED explains exactly what this is all about. Even the renowned Keynesian economics professor Bernard Sanders came out and said, this thing's going to create inflation and it's going to be a problem and it's going to hurt the little guy. He came out and said that. And yet,
and he's a lefty.
And what did the son of a bitch do? He voted for it.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, what's more egregious? Somebody who does something based in ignorance, or somebody who knowingly says, yeah, I know this is going to hurt. It's going to hurt you a lot more than it's going to hurt me, and does it anyway. What an asshole. What an asshole.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It is 86,000 more IRS agents. But let me tell you a little something about the IRS. And Google this. Look up how many people applied for jobs at the IRS last quarter. It is stunningly funny. Less than 100.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to work for the IRS.
Yeah.
They're saying they're going to hire 86,000 people.
They're going to find themselves having to hire convicts going out through halfway houses as work release program, because nobody in their right mind is going to work for them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to work for the IRS.
No. Spiritually, it's like putting on the pink fright wig and some rouge and a tutu and blowing sailors down at the USO for $5 a pop. That's exactly what this is all about. Everybody's going, no, I can't do that. No, I'm not.
Yeah, I have standards.
That's right. Yeah.
I don't care how much they try and grow the IRS. They've been trying to grow the IRS for as long as I can remember. They cannot get the people in there. They can't. And that's why they're trying to implement this central bank digital currency system, because they need to automate it, because they don't have the labor to handle this. They need a digital ledger that they can write software against and track it.
Well, they're just going to get the wand, because that's what the digital wand is all about.
Yeah. Copy, paste, all that code.
Yeah. The bat flu is extra.
Yeah. That's something else that's actually coming out. China is flat out telling the truth on their media and the rest of the world's media. They actually came out, and if you can find it on Google or YouTube or something, look at what they're saying on why they're locked down. It isn't, COVID. It's the U.S. keeps bringing in new actual friggin' bioweapons. That's why China just yesterday said all non-Chinese people who fly to China, now not only do you have 4 days when you land that you can't leave the hotel, that the whole trip you're there, you can't go anywhere except the address on where you're doing your business. You can't go to a restaurant. You can't go shopping. You can only travel from your hotel to the point of business, and that's it. No interaction with the general public. Because America's been shipping in people and releasing these, well, basically bioweapons. And remember what I've always said, folks, nuclear weapons are not what you think they are. Nuclear weapons were not used on Hiroshima and Nagasaki because of the physical damage they did. That wasn't it. And no one had even really heard of Nagasaki or Hiroshima prior to the bombs being dropped on them. You know why? Because Hiroshima and Nagasaki was the equivalent of Taiwan and where Russia's just did a little rearranging. That's why they dropped the bombs there. Because the only thing that could wipe out the bioweapons was the nuclear explosion, because it killed everything. And I mean everything with the radiation. So when Trump says this could lead to a nuclear war, that's what he's talking about. It has nothing to do with we want to make a big hole in the ground. It's Russia and China understand that if they have to, they will use it. Not because they want to blow a big hole in the ground. Because if the deep state releases some of the bad boys, some of the really, really, really bad sniffles, they've got no other choice. Because that's the only thing that will get rid of the bioweapon. So watch closely, folks. There's a reason China, most of our medication that 90% of Americans are on is produced in China. And China just announced that they're cutting off medical supplies to America. We're about to go into a shortage of insulin, vitamins, medicine, ibuprofen. For Christ's sake, most of the ibuprofen comes from China. You know that? So if you got a headache or a sore eyeball or something, your ibuprofen good luck. I'm just saying, Patrick.
Yeah, I know. The sore eyeball, though, that's a good one.
Things are getting tough, man. Things are about to get a lot tougher.
Sure.
So, all right, we actually got to wrap this up. All right, Patrick, give everyone the telephone number that they can get a hold of you with questions about getting a laptop.
Sure. 702-845-8276. You can call me up with questions that you have about your current laptop or any of the new ones that we were talking about this morning. Glad to answer those for you. So give me a shout. I'm here.
There we go. Patrick, I will be moving for the rest of the day. So if you get a call from a hospital, accept it.
Right. And I'll bring the shoes.
Yeah, bring the shoes with you. I might need them today.
The L shoes? Yeah, you got it.
Everyone, have a great day. See you tomorrow.
Adios.